Top 5 mistakes that can get you fired in the music industry that people don't really talk about, okay? I've learned these in my life, and I've also learned these from people who've called me to replace other people. Remember what I tell you all the time. They'll never tell you why you didn't get a call back. They'll just tell you why you did, okay? So mistake number 1, don't ask for help. I know that sounds counterintuitive. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm telling you right now, the moment you ask for help, others see you as weaker for that project. I'll never forget, there was a famous artist that was coming into town and they needed a band. There was a bass player that was like amazing, completely amazing. And he called me to do a gig. I've been doing different gigs where I can play fast, I can play musical. If nobody knows me, I'm a very musical drummer. I pride in musicality more than I do being fast and chops and all that stuff. That's just the bread and butter on top of it. However, I asked this bass player for help after he called me. I'm like, bro, I just want to get the feel of her. It's old school, right? I want to get the feel of what she wants to do. And so when I asked him for help, I didn't get a response in a text message, right? And this is just one occasion. There's many examples I can give. I didn't get a response in the text message. Before you know it, the gig came up, the date came up, the rehearsals came up. I didn't get no call back. I'm like, hey, where's rehearsal happening? No response. Hey, where's this? And so eventually when I met him again, he says, hey, I just got such and such for the gig because he knows the feel, he's done the band, and he did this, etc. And so it angered and pissed me off at the moment because I'm like, I asked for help, not because I was incapable. I asked for help because I wanted to see if we can link, if I can gel with you. And one cool thing I learned about the music industry is this. When people come to you, and I'm talking top quality, we're not talking, we're a garage band, I want to ask for help. I'm talking top quality. When people come to you and they say, hey, you're top quality, we're going to pay you this, right? We're going to give you $500 for this gig. We're going to give you $1,500 for this gig. We're going to give you $2,500 for this gig. Yes, it's possible. When people come to you, they don't want you to ask for help. It's similar to getting a job, and when you get the job, as soon as you come in straight through the gate, like I do IT. When I get an IT job, they say, hey, we want you to fix this, we want you to help us with this because we don't know it. I'm not going to go in and say, oh, have you guys ever done this in this section of my job that I'm supposed to know? So eventually what you do is you turn people off and you make people think that you don't have it. And eventually you make people stop calling you because they really think you don't have it. If you think that there's something that you need help with before rehearsal, right? It's called rehearse. You do it because you've already done it before. If you think there's something that you need to know with a rehearsal, that's your job to get it done. And I'm sorry, I know it sounds harsh. I know you want to go and ask the keyboard player, hey bro, how do I play this? You're very lucky and very fortunate if that keyboard player says, hey, I got you, man, let's sit down. But honestly, a lot of times, more often than not, especially in my career, there have been many replacements done for saying, hey man, can you help me with this? Stop asking for help. Second thing is giving it all you got. I will never forget playing a gig. And there was this famous person, again, I don't use names, but there was a famous person that was there. And some of the guys that raised me were like, hey, man, you know, I want you to play this event. If you get good with this guy and this other guy who's playing, these two famous people, then you can get in to the door of their world. And so I went in. And of course, when I'm coming out, I'm used to playing just everything I want. But now you tell me this in a different atmosphere, in a different state. And so me, I'm like, all right, I'm going to play and give it most of what I can and see if anybody notices. So when we have our sound check in the morning time, after the morning time, everybody kind of splits off. I'm just kind of by myself noticing that this conversation's happening. And one of the guys that helped raise me as a musician came to me and said, man, if you don't get your stuff together, you better play like you play up in Connecticut, man. This guy can help you get your career to the next level. I don't want to hear that soft stuff. I don't want to hear that. Like, play like you play over there. Let him tell you to come down. So I said, all right, cool. Knowing that this opportunity could be amazing, which in turn, this opportunity landed me more and more higher opportunities because of listening to this advice, right? Younger guys, stop being arrogant. You don't know it all. I don't care how nice you are. You don't know it all. Listening to his advice, when I got to the actual Sunday morning service, I played like I was in Connecticut. It wasn't like I had the comfort of playing with my guy, James Carney. I didn't have the comfort of playing with my brother, Will Johnson, like my boy, Keith. I didn't have the comfort. I didn't know any of these people except the guy who helped raise me. And I haven't played with him for like 10 years. So I had to literally play as if I'm leading the band, always lead the band, you're the drummer. And I had to play aggressive. And not once did he tell me to bring it down. Not once. As nervous as I was about, yo, this could be a new opportunity. And from that opportunity stemmed opportunities, guys, a television opportunity, a live recorder opportunity, a bunch of other things. But stop showing up and giving like the inching, like, I just want to see if they'll like it. Man, who gives a f if they like it, bro? You play how you play, and that's how it's going to be. And if you want me to cut it back, now's my time to show you. When you tell me to cut it back, I will cut it back so much that I will make you tell me again to bring it back up. But at least you know that you can bring me down versus, oh, man, this guy don't really have it, man. We got to figure something out for somebody else. No, you're not. Call me back. Number 3 is showing up too aggressive. There's a lot of opportunities that I've had that I wanted to bring other people in, but bringing the right person in is key, right? When I talk to somebody and I say, hey, bro, such and such needs this, or we want to do this, or I want to bring you in for this, when they start coming in like saying, I want to MD the situation, man, I want to, I want to talk to payroll straight out the gate, boom, zip. I want to do this, I want to do, it's like, you coming into a situation thinking that you can lead, control, or have some type of sustenance over it immediately is almost a sign of arrogance, or it's a sign of insecurity within yourself. You stuck by a gig too long where they diminished you too much, and you don't know how to join the next gig with a humble heart and saying, hey, I want to actually see what you guys are about, see the feel, and then see if I fit. A lot of you guys that play these gigs, you do $100 gigs, $150 gigs. If you go to my website right now, if you want to book me for a clinic, I think it's like $1,500. You know why? My time is precious. You know why? Because I spent a lot of time getting myself to 6 figures, so that if you're going to take me away from the figures that I'm already making, it better be worth my while. Listen, a lot of you guys are taking these gigs because you stuck by artists too long that just did you dirty too long, and you don't know how to actually come out of that. You don't know how to take yourself out of that and say, okay, these are my terms. If you want me to play like Aaron Spears, I can't do that. Sorry. You get yourself another drummer. If you want me to play tasteful, I can do that. If you want to play this, you don't make any boundaries for yourself. And so you get to every gig and you're trying to overcompensate what you don't have. And what it does is it makes you look worse, because now you're trying to overcompensate for what you don't have, and what you don't have, they know. They're not going to call the next person. They're not going to call the next person. And no one in that entire circle is going to call you back, because you weren't honest with yourself to say, hey, I can't play that. Plenty of times I ask guys who are up there in the music industry, hey, I got this song, man, I want you to play. And if they came back and thought they couldn't do it, they will tell me, bro, I love what this sound is. I love what you're doing. I just don't think I'm capable of doing this. I specialize in this category. But a lot of you guys show up and you want to lead the field and get yourselves out there and make sure you're good and all that stuff. And you don't contemplate the fact that you're not ready for what someone else is asking for. And you might not be, depending on what it is. I'm probably never going to play double bass because I don't care. It's not what I want to do. For other drummers, they do want to do it. I just don't. Maybe it'll change, maybe it won't. But if you called me to do a metal gig, I can't do it because I'm not playing double bass. So you have to know yourself and be humble enough to know where you fit in before you try to command the field or request something that you shouldn't even have gone. Think about this. If I walked into your house and it was a pigsty and I just came in as a guest, very first day, you barely knew me, and I just started cleaning up. Yeah, cleaning up is right, but you did it in someone else's house. This is my house. This is how I run my house. If it's going to be dirty for the next 20 years, it's going to be dirty for the next 20 years. What the hell make you think that you can come in and mess up my house that's already messed up, conform to the liking of me, and you think that you're going to do something to it to make it better? I don't care. You didn't ask for my permission. So why do you think you're going to go to a brand new situation and lead the field off a rip if nobody offered that to you? I'm just being honest. That's a big way to get fired. The fourth one is a quick one. It's being a little too outgoing on gigs, right? If you're new to an atmosphere or you're new to a gig, the reality of the situation is you want to be mysterious. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sucks, but you have a better chance of going to a gig, standing on the wall, just kind of chilling, not mean or anything like that, being, yo, what's going on, man? My name is Don. What's your name? Cool, man. Appreciate you, man. Hey, I'm glad to play with you, man. I don't know what to expect, but hey. After that, stay quiet. Stay stoic, right? If you're a man, if you're a woman, stay feminine. But at the end of the day, don't go around having conversations with everybody and their baby mama. Don't go around having conversations. Listen, people make clicks. This is the unfortunate part about the music industry. People make clicks, right? Don't go around being too outgoing, right? I'm talking again on a new gig. Your mask is beneath the surface, right? You ever watch Hitch? Go on a gig and be mysterious. So just do your craft, be amazing at your craft, be so good at your craft that you don't have to speak much. A lot of people in relationships, and I'll use this example, excuse me if this is bad, but a lot of people in relationships, you'll see a person who may be overweight. They're forced to be funny. They're forced to do above and beyond. They're forced to go crazy in all other aspects because they don't have what they feel on the inside of just being fit or being in shape or just knowing that they're doing the work. And so they got to be funny everywhere they go. Not the naturally funny where it's like, I'm just saying something and, people have to laugh. I'm talking about the funny, like you got to tell a joke over and over and over and over, just try to get somebody to laugh and everybody in the room is annoyed with you. If you just play the part and you do your part, you won't really have to say much of anything. And one thing you'll find out in psychology is sometimes it will bother them. It will bother them. Like, yo, man, he ain't saying much of nothing, man. He's not really, I don't really like him, man. He don't talk too much. But then what they'll always reference to is, but that boy could play, man. So, invite him to a cookout or something like that, man. See if we can get to know him. But yeah, call him back for that next gig. You will get the call back for the next gig by being mysterious and killing the part more than you'll get the call back by trying to talk to everybody and overcompensate with what you feel like you don't have, like the fact that you didn't rehearse. Number 5, and the very, very most important one, is being resourceful. I remember, and this story sticks to me forever, I will never forget doing one of the most important sessions of my life, which was with the WWE, Jim Johnston. And he called us in to do a session. And when I got the phone call, the only thing I knew from my brother was, hey, we just got to play. We got this song. We're just going to go in and see what he says, right? So, of course, it's completely nerve-wracking. We get in there. He tells me what he wants. And he's like, shaka-da-doom, ga-ba-boom, ga-ba-ga-boom. Now, here's the kicker. Our bass player that we trusted so much, no offense to him, we were used to him dropping the ball. And so when he dropped the ball, we didn't think that he dropped the ball for the fucking WWE, my guy. Anyway, so he was a no-show. And what ended up happening was, instead of me thinking like Jim is saying, I want you to do this and do this and do this, I'm thinking as if we don't have a bass player. And my backup in my mind is, if we get another bass player, if Will does bass, my brother Will, who plays keyboard, if he does bass or key bass, then I have to figure out how he's going to do it. So my resourcefulness is what helped me tap in. When he said, shaka-da-ba-ka-ba-ba, I said, all right, I want to do it this way. I'm going to try 3 different takes based on, whoever the bass player is going to do it, etc., whatever. And so in my mind, I already set that standard. The MVP award went to my brother because he did actually play bass. And the resourcefulness, right? 2-part resourcefulness, me knowing that I need to play it as if a bass player is already going to be in it, but he's not. No one's present, right? No show. And the second part, the part 2 of the resourcefulness is him actually being able to play the bass around the type of drums that I played. So it's imperative that you learn how to do more than one thing. Most drummers just want to be drummers. There's only a small amount of drummers who can get away with that for a lifetime. That's it. Some keyboardists just want to be keyboardists. There's only a small amount of people who are like beyond and above. But you have to know more than one thing, even if it's business and your instrument and sound, right? Sound in business, you have to learn more than one thing because it's going to make you more marketable. You are a business. You're a business. However you spin it, you don't work for this artist and you don't play for this artist. You're a business. So the more you know, the more you flow. And ironically, people will call you if they say, hey, Don, I got this kid that I want to use. I don't want to pay $700 for you, but it's this another kid. He sounds pretty good. I'm going to send you a clip of him. Can you tell me what you think? They will call you and ask you of your opinion and of your advice because you're so resourceful that they'll get something from you. Even if it's not the big shebang of the phone call of the gig, they'll get something from you. You have to be resourceful, musicians. You have to be resourceful, okay? 5 mistakes that can cost you your entire career in this video. Thank you for watching. Don J. If you have not already subscribed, please like, comment, and subscribe. I will help you out. And please, if you need a membership, I got you, man. I got you, baby. I will get you to where you need to be, and I will get you and help you with the memberships. Only $12 or $17. There's another tier for musicians that are already great, that want to be on the road. But simple, $12, complex, $17. But you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll have more for you.